whole situation, cause this is crazy. We'll see if we can put it in the corner. But yeah, bro. So, yeah. So, nah. Anyway, so like I was saying though, it's crazy you said that shit. He niggas sold his soul, but like he was sitting back watching them niggas though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, observing everything.
Yeah, like. But he was just like, okay, I'm gonna just like do my grind, you know what I'm saying? He could have just been like, all right, whatever I gotta do now, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause like, he watching them niggas get big deals and they albums doing way crazy numbers, you know what I'm saying? But he still respected, you know what I'm saying? But he's just like, oh, these niggas like
doing some corny shit.
Some of them are, but they ended up becoming like big stars.
Right. Nah.
Most of them niggas really became big stars.
Yeah.
So like, he ain't wait till like Victory Lap in 2018 to like drop the album. See what I'm saying? Like my debut album. I don't even know if you're like in reality that's like it's considered to the mass market. That was his first album.
Considered to all of us.
It ain't, but to the masses,
the majority of everybody else.
That was his debut though because it was his first album. You know what I'm saying? He signed a co-deal with, you know what I'm saying, Atlantic to put out the album. He could have just put it out by himself anyway.
People look at it that way?
Not people that are true Nip fans, but people that didn't really know Nip like that. Like,
okay.
Because he called all the other albums. He called all the other albums mixtapes. Yeah, it's just cataloged like an album now because that's what it is, but that's what it was back then.
Oh, okay. You kind of blew my mind with that because I always felt like they was albums.
But they are albums. What I'm saying. But like, his first album that he did that was a big deal, that he did a deal on, was Victory Lap. And it sucks that was like, but also like with him, right? Why did he name the album Victory Lap? It's like, he went through all these adversities and he was like racing, and now he's like at the end of what he's doing.
Yeah.
He won. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna take this victory lap. Which is crazy.
And he had to pass like some tribulations because it was like, he said that they dropped me off in the Mojave Desert and left me.
That shit
There's
crazy.
no answers to these trick questions.
Money, Nick, and Nip.
Straighten out my dream on
your bitch dresser.
Shit is crazy.
This shit crazy. It's like, that shit wild.
Yeah.
So like, of course he went through a lot of tribulations, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I be y'all, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if niggas is like really like, they not like really open to this shit, like, or they got they shit open to know what's really going on out here. Like, this nigga was just like a you know,
prophet.
He was a prophet of our time in this matrix, you know what I'm saying? In this iteration of the matrix. But you know, we can't talk too much about that. But some niggas will look at you like,
you think it's gonna scare
nah, stop, we can't go there, bro. You trying to take it there.
I won't.
It's gonna scare them, but so there's new ways of like looking at, the way you look at religion or your connection with God. In essence, like we've been using the same systems of doing religion, you know what I'm saying, from like maybe the 14, 13, 1200, like, you know what I'm saying, that time period, or even like the Renaissance period, you know what I'm saying, or a certain type of ways of doing things through Catholicism, you know what I'm saying, like we using those same systems to connect with God now, you know what I'm saying, when there's new forms of ways to connect with God. It's like, it has to be based around this type of principles, when in reality it doesn't. As long as you're hailing to the Most High, you got your connection to, to Him, you know what I'm saying? However, you doing it through different means, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily like a certain kind of way.
I think that your Christ consciousness plays a big part in it,
Of course. And it got to be really aligned, you know what I'm saying? And as long as you're tapping into your Christ consciousness, like, you're connected, but like, there's new means of doing those things now, so like, when somebody like you know what I'm saying, you know, certain people, you know what I'm saying, like they doing it a different kind of way, or they reinvented it, or they just modernizing it, as long as it's still at its core basis, you know what I'm saying, like, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Even with like what Kanye was doing with the whole, you know, Jesus walks and Jesus is king. You know what I'm saying? The Sunday service shit. And niggas is like, yo, what's up? This is different. Like, it's like, it's the question shit. Like niggas is so they're playing the video game, you know what I'm saying? That's what we call it, you know what I'm saying? Some niggas might not understand what niggas is talking about, but the video game.
Entering the Matrix.
They be like, oh, that's how we gotta
yeah.
we gotta do it like this, just to kind of like get certain passes, you know what I'm saying, to have the connection in the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey.
But I don't look at it like I can't. Like when you start looking at it like that, like it almost becomes a thing to where it's like how men defy it. Like when God gives something a name, we should use it. Like we shouldn't be like, oh, this, and this, because like I just think when God gives it a label, it should stick. Like, this is what, because like how if it's okay if people like, I feel like it's okay if people do go to God like through their own way, you know, but I think that the masses of the people, like it has to be in a way like that they gonna accept it. And I think he knew that, like this is how the people are going to accept this, because if you put it like this or like this, then it sends people to the pantheism and all of that crazy shit. So it's just like you got to be very careful when you start teetering that line of, you know, calling it, you know, the Matrix, or because, you know, some people ain't gonna catch that, you know, like you got to think the Matrix is like 90s baby kind of thing, like, you know, the 2000s.
Damn, bro, you getting complex with me. You're saying they might not even look at it.
Yeah, they gonna be like
explaining it on a whole nother.
The Matrix, what do you mean? You know, but if you say the Bible, like some of them still go to church.
Yeah.
You know, so if you revert to it like that, then they're gonna be like, oh, okay, we're in tribulation. So like that's why I refer to it as the tribulations. Like we're going through trials and tribulations, and you're measured by, you know, your Christ consciousness and the decisions that you make. And Nipsey rapped about that. That's what he, you know, rapped about. And that's why I feel like he's the realest iteration of any artist, because it's like, well, I mean, other rappers did it too. But for my decade, for the people that's like, that's how I refer to what you explaining to you know, to like a millennial. I'll be like, yo, listen, you need to go listen to Nipsey. They gonna listen. Eventually, Nipsey gonna get looked at like Tupac. Eventually.
Not even, I feel like further on, for a whole nother generation, further on, he's going to be looked at as greater than Tupac.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Like, but I'm just, way greater, my bad, like, listen, no disrespect. I'm just seeing,
like,
that's another Tupac reference, though. See, that's
he's like, this nigga, like, on some, like, Nip is like on biblical levels, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, he is.
Like,
he is, you know what I mean? And I really respect that, because like, you know, like at some point in time,
it's like, I would say like my nigga was like, I feel like Tupac was John the Baptist. Like he got shit ready for the nigga to come to, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, got him right, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, I in the iteration of the, you know, of this Matrix. It's like, it's not like, you know, he didn't really was there to baptize him. He baptized him in a different kind of way.
Yeah. And,
you know, and ushered the ground for him to come out, you know what I'm saying, and do more than, you know what I'm saying, as far as like, you know, I mean, you know, as far as like reach, I'll say the same, but like for this whole another generation, to take it to another level, not just through talents, but acquisition of wealth and growth and other and more empowerment. You know what I'm saying? Like, and empowerment is a big thing. Like, if you could touch another person to become better and do more, it's not just even for like on their monetary level of gain. Yes, the monetary level of gain will expound, but just on that level, like, you can empower your people, you rise them to become greater, and not only that, it can spread, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, when you do that, it's for you change up another person's whole situation by their outlook and their monetary gain. That's true empowerment. And they can rise, and now they can, you know what I'm saying, they can change situations that's going on with them, their family, their community, you know what I'm saying, maybe their whole state, but they always gonna come through your channel of how empowerment came through, you know what I'm saying, because you empowered one person and they go empower their own situation. Eventually, if they are right, you know, they might just do it for monetary gain, for their selfish needs, but, you know, like, it shouldn't be like that, but, you know, there's gonna be a few of those people like that, but, you know, for a nigga to speak life, it goes way back to what you were saying, like speaking life into somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, Nip did that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely.
And you know, we even talk about the tribulations part. Is just like, the tribulations is like, the stuff is gonna keep coming. It doesn't matter at what level of the video game you playing. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like
bigger demons
that you fighting and dealing with. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, you know, we go back to like what we were even talking about in, you know, in the video game, like with the virus and shit. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you see somebody be hella successful, everything lined up, everything good, you know what I'm saying? Like Karl Anthony Towns, you know what I'm saying? Like, and now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you went to at the height of, you know, what it is there, you know, you're a superstar in the town too, you know what I'm saying? So, and now, like, your mom died, your peoples die, everybody's dying around you, you know what I'm saying? From the coronavirus shit, like, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, there's another person, you know what I'm saying, they take a lesser loss in life, but they're complaining that they haven't reached to a certain level of what they were trying to acquire. So now, whose shoes do you want to be in? You see what I'm saying? Now you're questioning, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know, Mr. Anthony Towns was battling bigger demons and bigger tests from God, you know what I'm saying? Yes, God's going to even empower him and brighten his situation. And, you know, at the timeline of everybody's chronological order on what they're supposed to see and the height of what they're supposed to get and achieve, you know, we don't know. Her time was up, you know what I'm saying? She got to see her son at the height, though. You know what I'm saying? She might not see any more time, but, like, she left with a good feeling. Before she left, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, she probably experienced the ups and downs in her life, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that goes for all of us. So it's just like, regardless of what level you at, you know, you might not be able to ease it because you don't have enough monetary systems around you, but that shit, you know, you might be dealing with some bigger type of situations, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, some, you know, naggy stuff is going on with you, got something, you dealing with the government and this, or these kind of, you playing at this kind of level, you know what I'm saying? You trying to get some information on some espionage type shit, you playing, and then somebody betrayed you and some other shit and it's connected to some stuff, and or maybe you got to save so many people in your family, or you got to save a whole city, or you got, you know, it's just like, you playing the game at higher levels now, you know what I'm saying? So you can't sit and just be complaining about those other situations, you know what I'm saying? So
you gotta be understanding of this, the tribulations, and going to God too. You're using your Christ consciousness is what you're saying.
Well, you know, to avoid that bullshit from happening, you gotta strengthen your Christ consciousness, so your shit, you know what I'm saying, you just, or it's nothing can pierce you, you know what I'm saying? Or a lower vibrational beings can't just attach to you to, you know what I'm saying, on that kind of, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we talking in scientific terms and, you know, higher vocabulary of explaining it. I don't know if y'all can keep up, but, you know, we just, you know, some elevator talks, you know what I'm saying? Tesla talks, you know what I'm saying? So, but keeping it real though, like, it's just at the core of the whole situation is we're all going through tribulations, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't sit and compare your situation. And a lot of niggas need to be thankful for whatever it is that's going on with them at what level they're playing the game at.
Right.
So,
right.
Because it could be different shoes. You might be some starving kid in Africa.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The only happiness you get is that little meal that you're getting at the end of the day.
That's
and
true.
with your family, and y'all play little games at the end, you know what I'm saying? But
that's true.
That whole day they didn't go with food. They had to probably walk so many places with no, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know, then one day one of them might snap and be like, man, I'm tired of this being so hard, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, they got they got that food, you know what I'm saying? But
right.
That's the kind of levels they, you know what I'm saying, they dealing with, you know. And then one day, like, God might give them an out. They meet somebody, wealthy, or they win, get a scholarship through school to go overseas or do something different, you know what I'm saying? That little thing is now might change the whole outlook of what they do in their life, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's like God just, okay, and there's a reward while you're going through your systems of what you playing in the video game, you know what I'm saying? So
I understand.
It's just, yeah. But in reference back to the whole thing, that's why, it reference back to that. But we really just need to be out here thankful and really just tapped into, Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas is trying to explain this shit to niggas. Like, yeah, on a scientific level or a surface level or like not indistinct kind of, thinking. You just like, okay, we in the world and the virus just came out and just like whoopty bam, like, you know what I'm saying? This shit is kind of low key biblical.
Yeah, man,
you know what I'm saying?
I really feel that, and I try to move on that corners and stay on that frequency because you can get knocked off, because there's stuff out here that still wants you to, not pay attention and do what you need to do with your, you know what I'm saying, higher power.
Mm-hmm.
Not the higher power, because that's the only I believe in is the higher power. But at the same time, you do need to be thankful that because there's people out here struggling with tubes down their throat.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's facts.
We always gotta be, thankful because it can be, you never know a person's circumstances, man. Like that's why you always try to.
Yeah. Floyd. All these jewels that I spit, fools will get chipped. Can't change the game cause it's rules to this shit. When you follow suit, whole crews will get rich. I'm the proof, check the motherfucking views in this bitch. Yeah, as I cruise in my six, need 100K a show, that's my muse when I spit. I'm the type to make the news when I trip. Probably be my downfall, a short fuse on the grip. I'm working on my temper, put some jewels on my wrist. Cause I'd rather be that nigga on the cruise with my bitch. Bob Doc, only food is a fish on the coast of Greece, nigga, where the views is. Follow me home, come and view the abyss. Take a walk with me, take your tubes just to take a piss. It ain't safe, tell a nigga get a grip. Boy, other niggas gotta take a bag and take a shit.
Shit crazy.
Let a nigga mark you out, you labeled as a bitch. Can't take a straight back, so niggas ain't taking shit. They see you with it, probably taking nigga shit. You got that on your record, probably take you for your chick. They disrespect you from your kids. Treat you like the broad that you is.
That's some God and my kids. He's going to the win. This shit go. Give me some. It's my nigga buddy.
You can see this cash all on me. I be on it till I'm in. After that, then I've been getting to the money. Ain't a damn thing funny. You can see the cash all on me. I be on it till I'm in.
Bro, ain't that how niggas supposed to even like, you know what I'm saying? But I think we already talked about the whole, one day we gonna re-talk about the whole status symbol situation on the joints. But that shit crazy. This nigga be spitting like,
yeah, man.